That cities, or rather images referencing cities, have become marketed objects shouldn't be a surprise to anyone alive in the second decade of the 21st century. The rise of Internet 2.0 has turned our social world into a machine oiled by brand and image to a degree that early capitalists could not have conceived of in their wildest wet dreams. Today, everyone, especially those looking to rise in social or professional spheres, is encouraged, if not required, to carefully maintain a manicured public image via social networks. In a world where we willingly sacrifice the most intimate contours of our lives to commodification, it understandably may be taken for granted that the giant concrete forests many of us inhabit are subject to the same fate. However, like many things apparently harmless, and especially like the sacrifice of private experience to public self-branding, the commodification of cities is far from benign. Many leftists argue that ethical consumption is an inherently paradoxical phrase. Whether it's possible for cities to be packaged and sold in an ethical way shoves us into complicated waters. What's certain, however, is that the way that they have been marketed is deeply problematic and unnerving.
Most people are priced out of Manhattan and Brooklyn. So people are really going to look for alternative, new buildings that are quite affordable. And I think if you're cost conscious and you still want a high standard of living, this is definitely the place to be.
Culture scene is amazingly mixed, and that's part of what I love about living here. You have Irish ethnicity, Puerto Rican ethnicity, Bengali, Indian, various other, and that's just my building. We're right down the block from Little India. Little India, it really is Little India, and it's part of what's so wonderful about it. But then a block up, you have a whole area of Filipino restaurants that have popped up. But then you go one block west of Little India, you end up further down Newark at Manic Contemporary. So you get a full art scene.
Cities are growing more and more uniform in appearance internally. Take, for example, the minimalist matte siding on every new residential development in Brooklyn that now is being plastered on old brick buildings to fit the mise-en-scène of neighborhoods morphing at head-spinning rates. There's no room or consideration for history in the modern urban exodus. The foundational infrastructure of cities are simply being covered by Disney downtowns and glass high-rises like porcelain caps on dental posts. Not only is this happening within the landscapes of specific cities, but cities across America are growing indistinguishable. As Short and Kim put it in Selling Cities, there are remarkable similarities in the images projected by cities. Most are trying to create and project an image reflecting a vibrant growing place with accessible locations, reconstructed city centers, and sunny business climates. Parts of many U.S. cities which have been redeveloped in the last 2 decades present the visitor with a striking uniformity of appearance and feeling. Other common features in the promotional texts are appealing quality of life and cultural promotions such as fairs, festivals, and sporting events. While aesthetics certainly affect the experience of those living in these cities, the real issue is not simply the boring quality of homogeny, but the specific flavor of homogeny being sold. Because there's a great irony about all of this. As crowds in cities grow increasingly faceless, their attire grows more colorful and their lives more superficially unique. Young, upper-class, mostly white urbanites fill knowledge industry offices in the sky above streets and avenues. They get off work and consume the trivial luxuries of today's reimagined department store cities. Meanwhile, the poor, especially minorities, are pushed wave by wave further from the city center where jobs and opportunity lie. The city is marketed as an ego jungle gym for the rich. The poor are intentionally left from the advertisements and thus from the worldview of this increasing urban population with increasing urban power. The new colonizers are starry-eyed. Their gazes bounce from smartphones to skyscrapers that fracture the sunset. The future is theirs, and they never look down, except of course on occasion to step frustratedly over panhandlers.
Don't push it. No, you push your stroller into people, your baby could get hurt. Your baby could get hurt. I think my baby's like you, baby. You're new in the neighborhood. I've been in this neighborhood. The only reason white people like you are living here is because I settled this fucking neighborhood for you. That's the fucking marriage. Don't push your stroller into my legs.
Thank you, white guy.
Don't push your stroller into my legs.